Alright, howdy guys. Welcome back to another Project Zomboid video. The You Have One Day Challenge. Says a lot even from the name. Basically, I will have 24 hours to prepare all the supplies and stuff that is necessary before a massive horde of zombies start to spawn in and attempt to murder me. Scramble together a character with a few traits to make a capable enough man to survive such a challenge. If you like content like this, consider subscribing. It's free and you can always change your mind. And so, how will I manage this difficult task? How will I survive? I guess we are about to find out. Spawned in the starting house, and without wasting any time, I ran downstairs, grabbed a few books off the shelves, some food to keep me going, and the frying pan to be used as a weapon. Got outside, and the first destination was a little shed not too far off from the spawn location. Didn't find much there, and after grabbing only a hammer, my next destination was a hardware store. Silently snuck into the store and just started gathering everything that is necessary. Filled my inventory with as much stuff as I could carry and started making my way to the building that would soon become my permanent home. Threw down everything on the ground near the entrance, said hello to the friendly zombie, and continued on to the next hardware store. Stopped by a few garbage bins for some necessary garbage bags and finally got to the store. Showed a few bloodthirsty walkers the wrath of a frying pan and entered the store. Collected more supplies that they didn't have yet. Got back to the building. Filled up a few sacks with dirt. Smashed the heads of some angry biters. And proceeded on with my looting spree. Grabbed a few items from the little shop. Snatched more garbage bags. And checked the garage. Of course, had to greet a few more friendly zombies. Became a cowboy. And looted out the little grocery store. Once more threw down everything that I had on me on the ground, and it was time to begin slaughtering all the walkers inside the building. The building was successfully clear, and it was time to start bringing all the loot inside. For now, I just dropped everything down on the third floor and didn't worry about it for the time being. I would have plenty of time to sort it all out. Time was running out. I needed to secure the building from the upcoming horde. Grabbed an axe from the pile of loot and started chopping down some trees and cutting them into logs. The plan was to use a barricade technique that consisted of two fences and a crate between them. Zombies are not able to break this kind of barricade, and I would be safe inside from the menacing danger. Brought all the planks inside and decided to make one last supply run for a few more garbage bags that were necessary to build rain collectors. Got back to my base extremely tired and exhausted. It was time to barricade myself. Built two barricades just in case the first one broke or something glitched out and went horribly wrong. And that was it. I was locked inside. First task at my new home was to sort out everything that I managed to gather, so I spent some time doing just that. By the time I was done with the task of putting the loot to its places, my character was just completely exhausted. So I made my way to a bed and had some shut eye. Because of the restless sleeper trait, I only managed to get a few hours of sleep before my guy woke up and I heard the groans of the zombie horde. There they were, a bunch of bloodthirsty Zets. I wasn't even able to step inside the room near me and I heard the sound of the barricade breaking. Thought that I made some sort of mistake while building them. Waited out near the barricade to see if the second one would fail me, but after a couple of hours it seemed that only one of the barricades was faulty, and the second one was holding, at least for now. Next up on my list was to check each apartment for any useful books, food or other stuff, and to bring everything to the apartment on the 4th floor. I decided that that apartment will be my main base on this building, and spend the rest of the day just checking out every apartment and bringing everything to my main spot. The inspection of the building was done. On my little supply run around the building, I've also picked every kitchen item that I could collect water with. As a way of preparing for the inevitable water shut-off, I decided to do this early on and to fill every single bowl, mug and pot with water for the future drinking. After a hard day of being trapped inside the building, I just hit the sack. Woke up after a pretty decent rest and went straight to have a wash and to clean my bloody clothes. After cleaning up, I grabbed the Carpenter 3 book and went to reading, since I wanted to disassemble a lot of furniture for planks. Had a quick meal break and grinded the rest of the book till again I went to sleep. Rose back up for another day, ditched the Bob the Builder look, and went to disassembling some furniture. Brought back the planks and the nails to my apartment / base, and did that again and again for a few times. Had a quick food break, and while eating I thought that just in case, I will break one tile of the floor in front of the barricade if the game thought to just glitch out and something bad happened. And got back to disassembling even more stuff. Late in the evening I decided to begin my little farm by just pouring out patches of dirt on the rooftop for now. It was already pretty late, so I just slapped a pork chop in the oven, ate it and jumped to sleep. The sun rose again and I continued to grind more carpentry levels and disassembled more stuff. Built 3 wooden crates for planks and scrap wood since it was getting a bit untidy in my base. And next up I decided to disassemble some flooring for even more planks. But it was more of a tedious job, like picking up the flooring and hoping it will break and give you some planks. Spent quite a while just breaking floor tiles till I just got bored of it. Brought back the planks and went to the rooftop to build 2 rain collectors for that precious water. Grilled up different kinds of meats, and when I tried to go to sleep, the population had gotten so high that it even rendered as not safe to sleep in my building. Even the rooftop was too dangerous to have a lie down, so I just grabbed a book and read that throughout the night. Finished reading the book when it was almost noon, and continued on the day without a second of sleep. Cooked up some breakfast and had a thought that it would be a good idea to expand my territories out of this one building only. I wanted to build floors to the outside world through the window, but noticed that it wasn't letting me do that. Scratched my head, went to the other window on another side, and it seemed like I was able to build the floor. But I wasn't so sure, so just stored that idea in my brain for now and went to do another very exciting activity: sowing some seeds. Planted a few patches of potatoes, gave them a little drink of water that I had collected in the early days, and went back inside. For some reason, I stopped by a window to open it, and when I was doing that, I saw a sleep on the ground option pop up and pressed it immediately. I found a way to get at least a few hours of sleep just by accident. It was a very small amount of shut-eye, but at least it's something. Now rested up a small amount, I got back to disassembling more furniture. Finished up clearing another floor, had a wash, and hauled the building supplies down to my apartment. Another idea popped into my head that it would be smart to rip all of the zombies' clothes into rags before they despawned. In the future, it might come to that I would need rags for kindling. Fire could be a crucial thing down the line. Brought all the rags and papers that I could find to its place, and it was time for another nice rest on the floor. Started off another day with some nutritious breakfast, and wanted to try expanding my territories once more. Educated myself and learned that now it's only possible to build platforms through windows on the north and west sides. Grabbed my nails, a few planks, and it was time to try this again. Got to a whole new window, built the floor, and hopped to the outside world. Built a little sidewalk along the wall, got back to get more planks, and continued on with the building. For the first time, I took a step on a whole nother building. It was an empty roof, but still it was an accomplishment nonetheless. Got back to my base, checked on my crops, and cleaned up one of the apartments where I haven't finished gathering all the planks. Jumped up on a nice pork chop and went back to the other building's rooftop. Started building my way forward to the next building, but there was an opening for the zombies to come through. Thought maybe I could secure it if I built a barricade fast enough. Got to the rooftop, but it was impossible to build a barricade there. Saw that zombies noticed me and immediately started hitting my hammer to disconnect the pathway. Almost had a heart attack and barely managed to get my ass off of that rooftop. 1 second later and I would have become a nice steak for the hungry walkers to chomp on. Tore down the floors and brought back the planks to my base. After this adventure, my next plan was to try to get some shut-eye, but now I tried this trick of opening a window near a bed. Failed a few times to get it right and made quite a mistake. I almost became a Krabby Patty smashed on the floor. But good thing that there was my pathway to stop my fall, so I managed to stay alive. Got back upstairs and finally managed to pull off the trick, and this time had a proper night's rest while laying on a comfy bed. Woke up around midnight and first things first, I went to get some food in my system. Since there was nothing else better to do, I went ahead and disassembled more furniture. Around 7 AM while I was just putting all of the water that I had on top of my counters inside them, the electricity went on a sabbatical. Cooking up food in the oven from now on was out the window. Checked the sink and water had shut off too. From now on, I didn't have my infinite water supply and electricity. The situation just got a little bit more difficult. In one of the apartments I noticed a spot where it was safe to sleep on the ground, so just fell down to the floor and had a bit of a rest. Rose back up, walked around for a bit more, and after a bit of time later I noticed that in my apartment the bed was safe to be slept on, so just hopped again to have a lie down. Finally had a proper rest after quite some time, drank some milk and ate a pork chop, lit up a candle and just sat down at the rooftop in the darkness, all alone, trapped in this building. And well guys, this will wrap up for this video. I recommend checking out this challenge yourselves. It's a nice change of pace from the traditional survival once in a while. Thank you guys for all the support. Stay safe, read your carpentry books, and I shall see you next time.